Staying on the cutting edge in the Jamaican classroom. Now, in order for teachers to stay on the cutting edge, they need to know how to manage classrooms of tomorrow. Who is the boss in your class? In my classroom, I am the CEO. Like many other teachers, at times it feels like I'm performing a juggling act, and at any moment, everything may just topple over. To eliminate this stress, I have decided to manage my classroom as if it was a business. Teaching as a business where the teacher is the CEO. Just like every successful business has a plan, so should teachers have a plan for their classroom. I have created a plan to compare my classroom to a business. This is sure to guarantee me the success that I desire. Qualified and registered teachers versus licensed businesses. Certification is important. Certification proves that a person can perform a task. So just like every successful business ensures that their paperwork is in order, so should teachers ensure that they are qualified, registered, and licensed to perform the job at hand. Planning is a must. Lesson planning and business planning, the process is the same. In order to be an effective teacher, there must be proper planning. I must know how and what is the best way to deliver my content. Budgeting and forecasting. Just like successful businesses do their budgeting and their forecasting so they know what will happen at each quarter of the year, so should all teachers forecast for what will happen at the end of each term. Budgeting is a significant part of running an effective classroom as well as a significant part of running an effective business. Data analyst. Yes, we teachers, we are data analysts. We need to know the data so we know our students. Data helps us to make connections that lead to insight and improvement. As a data analyst, all the variables needed for success can be determined. It informs how I communicate with my customer base, and I have an informed opinion based on facts. Customer relationship and management. Now, my customers, they are my students, so I need to have a good relationship with them. Just like businesses want their customers to come back and spend, I need my students to spend their time doing my work, not just doing it, but enjoying it. In order for this to happen, I must have a good relationship with them. This good relationship is not just between my students and myself, but it's also with my colleagues as well. I need to build a strong relationship in order to have a nice, friendly school environment. A winning mindset. A positive mindset is an attitude that I have. I expect good and I desire winning results. The power of positivity is immense and it can help to convert the energy into reality. So if I enter my classroom with a winning mindset, it will infiltrate into my students and they too will have that winning mindset. Reflection. Reflection is important. Teachers know that reflection is a part of the process as it helps with improvement. So at the end of the day or on weekends, all teachers should take the time to reflect on what happened for the week or for the day. I do my reflections on at the end of every day to find out what took place, to see what needed improvement, and to see if I can come up with a plan to change this. Reflection is a cycle. First, I need to review, update, and analyze. The next step is that I may have to create a new plan, come up with a design for something new to implement. Then I will test and implement. After I've tested and implemented, then I will identify the processes that took me to where I am so I can now review, update, and analyze to see where I need to go and how I will get there. Just like businesses have their laws and rules and regulations that they must follow, so do classroom teachers. There are acts in place to govern and guide how a teacher operates. As professionals, teachers need to possess knowledge of the rules and regulations that govern the profession. This knowledge is important as it guides decision making. Understanding these acts will also help teachers to stave off potential problems. Two acts that speak to me most as a teacher. One, the Education Act of 1980 and the Child Protection Care and Protection Act of 2007. The Education Act of 1980. I need to be conscientious about equating myself with the laws that govern my profession, as there are implications for interaction not just with my students but with the parents and administrators. It is really difficult to be overeducated on these implications. Therefore, knowing the regulation will prevent misunderstandings and possible legal actions that may impact my career. Knowing parts of the Act, such as the minister's powers and the advisory bodies, statutory systems of education, registration and discipline of teachers. Now, knowing about how these operate and what I need and can and cannot do will help me stay out of hot water. The Child and Protection Act of 2007. This act was established with the purpose of protecting and enforcing the rights of children. Children may face abuse not just on the school premises, but in non school environments. So, we as teachers, if we see a child being abused, neglected, or facing some sort of violence, we must act. I cannot ignore it. Rather, I must help the child. My responsibility, my duty is to protect children. The life of a child who is out of the school system can be changed with my positive intervention. I just need to be prepared for it. I just need to know about the problem so I can find the best way to help the child. Knowledge is power. Teachers need to have comprehensive knowledge of their workplace, the rights and the responsibilities in order to effectively carry out their duties. They need to have that in depth understanding of their rights and responsibilities of the acts that implement the students in their care. Knowledge of the act will help to foster the most positive, safe, and encouraging learning environment possible, not just for students, but for all stakeholders involved. Vision 2030. What does this mean for me, not just as a teacher, but as a Jamaican as a whole? Vision 2030. Jamaica's National Development Plan. This is the roadmap for making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Now, this act or this plan has four main goals. However, two spoke to me the most. Goal 1. Jamaicans are empowered to achieve their greatest potential. For the National Goal 1, there were four national outcomes. a healthy and stable population, world-class education and training, effective social protection, and authentic and transformational culture. Now, as a teacher, my part is to ensure that my students have that world-class education and training. This will in turn provide the nation with a healthy and stable population, effective social protection, and that authentic and transformational culture that the goal desires. The other goal that spoke to me was goal 4. Jamaica has a healthy natural environment. This national goal has 3 outcomes: sustainable management and use of environmental and natural resources, hazard risk reduction and adaptation to climate change, and sustainable urban and rural development. Yes, we know that Jamaica has a healthy natural environment which needs to be protected. So, as teachers, we can encourage our students to join clubs and societies so that they can participate in cleanup activities and plastic recovery activities. This will in turn help to create that healthy natural environment that goal 4 is working for us to attain. Thanks for viewing. Bye.